Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering complete Pandas topic in Python programming. I will explain each and every topic in detail, and whatever the topics that I am going to cover in this video, I will provide all those topics and the timings in description. So before starting this video, please check in description. Guys, I have uploaded complete Python programming subject tutorials. I will provide that link in description. You can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. Pandas stands for Panel Data System, or you can also call it as Python Data Analysis. This Pandas was created by Wes McKinney in the year 2008. Guys, this Pandas is a Python library. Library is nothing but collection of packages and functions and modules is known as library. So this Pandas is a Python library used for working with data sets. By using this Pandas library, we can work with data sets. Data sets are nothing but collection of organized and structured data is known as dataset. By using Pandas, we can work with datasets. And these Pandas contain various functions. By using these functions, we can analyze, we can organize, and also we can clean and manipulate data. And Pandas has capability to handle messy datasets. Guys, messy datasets are nothing but datasets that contain duplicate values, wrong data, and missing data is known as messy dataset. So this Pandas has capability to clean messy datasets and make them readable and relevant. In order to install Pandas, you need to use this pip command. This is command pip install pandas. By using this command, you can install Pandas in your system. These are various features of Pandas. First feature is Pandas has capability to handle huge amount of data. And second feature is Pandas can clean empty cells, wrong data, and also it has capability to remove duplicate values from data. And third feature is we can use Pandas for grouping and visualizing data. In order to perform grouping and visualizing data, you need to use matplotlib library along with Pandas library in your program. And fourth feature is Pandas allows to load data from multiple file formats. For example, one file is MSExcel file and next file is JSON file. This file is in the format of MSExcel and this file is in the format of JSON. So in this Pandas, we can load data from multiple file formats. And fifth feature is merging and joining datasets based on common columns. For example, if two datasets have same columns, then we can easily merge these two datasets and we can form single dataset. And sixth feature is supports the reading and writing data in various formats such as CSV, Excel, SQL databases and so on. Guys, this Pandas has capability to read data from various files such as CSV file, Excel file, SQL database and so on. And also Pandas has capability to add data in these files. Same as arrays, Pandas also support indexing. So indexing and selecting data is possible in Pandas. These are various features of Pandas. These are various applications of Pandas. Pandas library is used in financial analysis, in machine learning, data visualization, business and marketing analysis, healthcare data analysis, neurosciences, and also this Pandas is used in big data and data science and also in NLP, that is natural language processing. Guys, there are two important data structures that we use in Pandas. They are series and DataFrame. At first, I will explain complete series topic. A Pandas series is like a columns in a table. It is a one-dimensional array holding data of any type. Guys, I will give one simple program so that you can clearly understand this Pandas series. As we know, by using import keyword, you can import any module or library or package. In this program, at first we need to import Pandas library. So at first write import Pandas has PD, where as stands for alias name. I am giving this Pandas short name as PD. So in our program, we can use this short name instead of using this complete name. Next, I am taking variable a equal to, I am taking one dimensional array with 3 elements. They are 1, 2, 7. All are of integer type. Guys, not only integer type, you can use any data type values. Like you can also use float type or string type or any other data types. Here I am taking 3 integer values 1, 2 and 7. Next, I am taking variable result is equal to my library name, that is pd dot, there is no need of writing Pandas. You can use alias name, that is pd dot series. Inside series, my one dimensional array is stored in variable a, I am passing a. Guys, just remember that for series S is capital letter, not small letter. So in series S is capital letter and remaining all are small letters. And my result is stored in variable result. Whenever you write here print result, this is my output. As we know, 1 is stored in index number 0, 2 in index number 1 and 7 in index number 2. So this is my output. First column contain index numbers and second column contain values. So index number 0 contain 1, index number 1 contains 2 and index number 2 contains 7. And at last it will display data type. 1 to 7 all are integer types. So it will display D type, that is data type colon into 64. This is one more example. Instead of printing complete result, I want to print only value which is present in index number 0. So write here print result of 0. As we know, index number 0 contains 1. So it will display output, that is 1. As I already said before, Pandas support indexing. So you can also access elements by giving index number. After writing result is equal to pd.series of a, whenever you write here print result of 0, it will display value which is present in index number 0. So 1 is my output. Next I will explain what is use of labels in Pandas series. If nothing else is specified, the values are labeled with their index numbers. If you observe this example, in this example we did not specify anything. So here values are labeled with index numbers. First value has index number 0, second value has index number 1 and so on. This label can be used to access a specific value. If you consider this example, this label 0 is used to access this value 1. This is example. This is one more example by using labels. At first write import pandas as pd, where as stands for alias name. I am giving this panda short name as pd. Next I am taking one dimensional array. Next I write an a equal to, I am taking one dimensional array with 3 elements 1, 7, 2. And next I am taking variable b equal to my library name, that is pd.series. Guys, just remember that for series S is capital letter. pd.series of my one dimensional array is present in variable a. So write here a comma. This time in place of index numbers, I want to give labels as xyz. So I am taking index is equal to xyz. All are string values. So include quotations for x, y and z. So inside list I am taking x in quotations, comma, y in quotations, comma, z in quotations. And my result is stored in variable b. So whenever you write here print b, this is my output. So index number x contain value 1, index number y contains 7 and index number z contains 2. So at first it will display labels in first column and next values in second column. And 1, 7, 2 all are of integer types. So it will display data type, that is d type colon into 64. That is 64-bit integer values. Guys, this one dimensional array 1, 7, 2, this is nothing but it is a list. That is why I included square brackets. So in this example I created Pandas series using list of elements. I will give one more example. This time I will take dictionary values and then I will create a series. As we know, in dictionary we will represent data as key value objects. So you can also use key value objects like a dictionary when creating a series. This is simple example in order to create series using dictionary. As we know, by using import keyword you can import pandas library. So at first write import pandas as pd, where this pd is short name. And next I am taking variable a equal to, we will represent dictionary in curly braces. Inside curly braces I am taking day 1 colon 2001, comma day 2 2002 and day 3 2003, where this day 1, day 2 and day 3 all are of string type. That is why I am including quotations. And whereas 2001, 2002 and 2003 all are integer values. So there is no need of including any quotations. And next I am taking variable result is equal to my library name, that is pd.series. S is capital letter. And my dictionary is present in variable a. So inside series I am writing a. And my result is stored in variable result. Whenever you write here print result, this is my output. Where these keys are index numbers, day 1, day 2, day 3. This is stored in first column. And next values are stored in second column, 2001, 2002 and 2003. Where day 1 contain 2001 and day 2 contain 2002 and day 3 contain 2003. And here 2001, 2002 and 2003 all are of integer type. So it will display data type, that is d type colon into 64-bit. This is my output. Next I will explain how to read multiple elements from a series. Guys, in order to read multiple elements from series, there are two attributes. One is LOC attribute and whereas another one is iloc attribute, where LOC stands for location based indexer and whereas iloc stands for integer location based indexer. In LOC we can select data based on specific index numbers, or you can also select by using column names. And whereas in iloc we can select data based on position. That is nothing but in iloc you can select data only by giving numerical index numbers. I'll give one example so that you can clearly understand how to read multiple elements from a series. Guys, this is simple example. Here I am taking dictionary. Key A contain value 10 and key B contain value 20, key C contain value 30 and key D contain value 40. This is my dictionary. And next I am taking variable A equal to my library name, that is pd dot series of. My dictionary is stored in variable data. I took here data. At first I want to use LOC attribute. You can take any variable name. I am taking variable name as LO is equal to my series is present in variable A. Write here A dot LOC. LOC will accept list of elements. So inside list I want to select only this data like A10, C30 and D40. I want to skip this B20. So inside list I am selecting only these three keys. One key is A and next key is C and next key is D, and I don't want to select this B data. So just I am including A, C and D, where A, C and D all are of string type. So include quotations. And next I am taking another variable ILO. You can take any variable name. I am taking ILO is equal to my series is present in variable A. So write here A dot ILOC. As I already said before, if you want to use ILOC, you can select data only by giving numerical index numbers. I want to select data which is present in index number 0, index number 2 and index number 3. So inside list, take index numbers in separate list. So my results are stored in variable LO and variable ILO. So whenever you write here print LO and print ILO, this is my output. So it will print A10, C30, D40 data type int 64, and next it will print A10, C30, D40 and data type int 64. This is result for ILO. So whenever you write here print LO and print ILO, this is my output. So by using LOC and ILOC attributes, you can select multiple elements from series. So here from this series, I am selecting multiple elements. So that is why I written here A.LOC, A.ILOC, because my series is present in variable A. Next I will explain simple program in order to create series using list and dictionary. So at first I written import pandas as PD. At first I am taking list. So I am taking variable A equal to, inside list I am taking total 5 elements. They are 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. And similarly in variable B I am taking dictionary. So I am taking variable B is equal to, inside curly braces I am taking A 100, B 200, comma C 300, comma D 400. So where A, B, C, D all are of string type. So include quotations, and 100, 200, 300, 400 all are of integer type. So there is no need of including any quotations. At first I will create series using list. My list is present in variable A. So write here print pd dot series of A. Guys, just remember that for series S is capital letter. And similarly next I will create series using dictionary. My dictionary is present in variable B. So write here print pd dot series of B. So whenever you run this program, this is my output. At first it will display index numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Index number 0 contain 10. Index number 1 contain 20. Index number 2 contain 30 and so on. And at last it will display data type, that is int 64. And next it will display dictionary series 100, 200, 300 and 400. All are of integer type. So it will display data type, that is int 64. This is my output. Guys, another important data structure that we use in Pandas is DataFrame. Whereas if you consider series is one-dimensional array that contain only columns. Whereas if you consider DataFrame is two-dimensional array that contains both rows and columns. That is nothing but this DataFrame will represent data in the form of table with rows and columns. So DataFrame is a two-dimensional array object. Series is like a column. A DataFrame is the whole table that contains rows and columns. These are three components in DataFrame. They are data, rows and columns. This is simple program by using DataFrame. in order to print empty data frame. So at first you need to import pandas. So at first write import pandas as pd, where pd is short name to this pandas. And next write print my library name, that is pd dot data frame. As we did not give any data to this data frame, it will represent empty data frame. So this is my output. Guys, just remember that whereas for series S is capital letter, and whereas for data frame, for data D is capital and for frame F is capital. Don't give any space. So data frame, where D is capital letter and F is capital letter. Whenever you run this program, this is my output. So at first it will display empty data frame, and then columns, colon, empty list, and similarly index empty list, because we did not insert any data. This is one more example. This time I want to represent dictionary in the form of data frame, that is nothing but in the form of table. So at first write import pandas as pd, and next I am taking variable data is equal to where key is names, and these are values. Guys, I am passing complete list as values. So at first this names is key, and whereas this Sai, Shiva and Ramesh are values. So inside list I am taking Sai, Shiva and Ramesh, comma, next similarly rule numbers, colon, 10, 20, 30. This is dictionary. And next I am writing print my library name, that is pd dot data frame. Guys, for data frame D is capital letter and F is capital letter. And inside brackets, my dictionary is present in variable data. So inside this write data. Whenever you run this program, this is my output. Guys, keys are column names, and these are values. So at first names Sai, Shiva, Ramesh, and next rule number 10, 20, 30. Where Sai rule number 10 is stored in index number 0, and next Shiva 20 is stored in index number 1, and Ramesh 30 is stored in index number 2. At first it will display index numbers, and then it will represent data. This is my output. Next I will explain what is use of head and tail methods of data frame. In pandas, the head and tail methods are used to display first few rows and last few rows of a data frame. Guys, by using head and tail methods, we can represent only selected number of rows. This is example. At first write import pandas as pd. Next I am taking variable data is equal to first column name is name column, where this name is key, and Sai, Shiva, Ramesh and Suresh are values. Guys, I am passing complete list as values. So where this name is column name, and Sai, Shiva, Ramesh and Suresh are values in this column. And similarly next column is age column, that contain 4 values 25, 30, 22 and 35. And similarly next key is marks, that contains 95, 89, 75 and 82. So close these brackets. As we know, we will represent dictionary in curly braces. So include them in curly braces. Next I am taking variable a equal to my library name, that is pd dot data frame. And my dictionary is present in variable data. So write here data. Guys, I want to print only first 4 rows. So by using head method, you can print only few number of rows. So write here print. My data frame is present in variable a. So write here a dot head of 4. That is nothing but from this data frame, I am selecting only first 4 rows. So inside print function, I return a dot head of 4. That means it will select only first 4 rows. So this is my output. So first row contain, so index number 0 contains Sai, 25 and 95. Index number 1 contains Shiva, 30, 89 and so on. So this is my output. And next I written here print a dot tail of 4, where head will print only first 4 rows. And whenever you write here a dot tail of 4, it will print last 4 rows. So this is my output. Guys, for example, if I write here print a dot head of 2 and print a dot tail of 2, at first head will print only first 2 rows. Sai 25, 95, Shiva 30 and 89 is my output. And if I write here a dot tail of 2, it will print last 2 rows. Index number 2 Ramesh 20, 75, index number 3 Suresh 35 and 82. This is my output. Next I will explain how to read CSV file using pandas. Guys, CSV stands for comma separated files. Guys, basically the CSV file contains huge amount of data that is in the form of plain text. This is example. For example, my file name is data.csv. This is same like text file. For example, this data.csv contains this plain text. Rule number, comma, age, comma, name. In next line 1, comma, 25, comma, Sai. And in next line 2, comma, 26, comma, Shiva and so on. This is my data which is stored in data.csv file. Now what I want to do is, I want to represent the CSV file data in the form of table by using pandas. So this is program. At first write import pandas as pd. Next I am taking variable a equal to my library name, that is pd dot read underscore csv. Guys, in Pandas we use read csv method in order to read csv files, and my csv file name is data.csv. So I include data.csv in quotations. Now I want to represent this data in the form of table. So write here print. My CSV file is present in variable a. So write here a dot to underscore string. This toString is function. So include brackets. Okay, this toString function will represent the CSV file data in the form of string. So this is my output. Here first row contain rule number, age and name. These are represented as column names, and remaining all are values. Next I will explain how to read JSON file using Pandas, where JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. This JSON file also contains plain text, but it will follow some format. This is example of JSON file. My JSON file name is data.json. Open curly braces. First column name is name column. So take name in quotations, colon. Inside curly braces, you need to give index numbers and values. In name column, index number 0 contains Sai, index number 1 contains Shiva, and index number 2 contains Ganesh. All are considered string values, so include them in quotations. And similarly, next column is rule number. So include rule number in quotations, colon. Open curly braces. Index number 0 contains rule number 21, index number 1 contains rule number 22, and index number 2 contains rule number 23. So include them in brackets, comma. And next column is section column. So in section column, index number 0 contains A, index number 1 contains B, and index number 2 contains C. So at last close this main bracket. This is simple JSON file. This JSON file name is data.json. Now I want to represent this data in the form of table using Pandas. So this is program. At first I import Pandas as pd, and next I am taking variable a equal to my library name, that is pd dot. Guys, by using read CSV method we can read CSV files. If you want to read JSON files, by using read underscore JSON method you can read JSON files. My JSON file name is data.json. So include them in quotations. My file is stored in variable a. So whenever you write here print a, this is my output. So first column is name column, next column is rule number column, and next column is section column. So index number 0 contain Sai 21a, index number 1 contains Shiva 22b, and index number 2 contains Ganesh 23 and C. So this is my output. Guys, in same way you can also read MSExcel file. So if you want to read MSExcel file, in place of writing read underscore JSON, you need to write read underscore Excel, and here you need to give your MSExcel file name. This is example. Next I will explain what is categorical and ordinal data. Guys, we can represent categorical data using category data type, and whereas we can represent ordinal data using categorical data type, and this ordinal data has specific order. This is simple program in order to represent categorical and ordinal data. At first I import Pandas as pd. Next I am taking data is equal to, I am taking dictionary of elements. First column name is category. So it is considered as key, and whereas I am passing list of elements as values, total I am taking 5 elements. They are A, B, A, C, B. And next column is ordinal, which is key, colon. We can represent ordinal data using categorical data type. So write here pd dot categorical of, total I am taking 5 values. They are low, medium, high, low and high. I am taking list of elements. So for A low, for B medium, for A high, for C low, and for B high. If you observe this, total only there are 3 categories. One is low, next one is medium, and next one is high. So write here categories is equal to low, comma, medium, comma, high in list, comma. These are in particular order. So first is low, next medium, and next is high. So I am writing here ordered is equal to true. Close this bracket and close this dictionary by closing curly braces. So next write here a equal to my library name, that is pd dot DataFrame. Inside DataFrame I am passing this dictionary. My dictionary is present in variable data, so write here data. Guys, just remember that for DataFrame D is capital and F is capital letter. And whenever you write here print A, this is my output. First column is category column, and next column is ordinal column. Index number 0 contain A low, index number 1 contain B medium. So this is my output. Next I will explain how to merge data frames, how to join data frames, and also how to concatenate data frames. This is simple program. I want to merge 2 data frames based on common ID column. So at first I import Pandas as pd. Next I am taking variable name as df1. You can take any variable name. So data frame 1 is equal to pd dot data frame. Inside data frame I'm passing dictionary. So key is ID and there are list of values 1, 2, 3 and similarly next key is name and these are values Sai, Shiva and Raju. So where this ID is column name and these are values and name is column name and these are values. And next I'm taking another variable name that is df2 is equal to pd dot inside data frame I'm taking dictionary. So inside curly braces write ID 234 and age 25, 30 and 21. Now I want to combine these two data frames as single data frame by considering common ID column. So there are two common values. They are 2 and 3. In Pandas there is separate method called merge method. By using merge method we can merge two data frames. So write here print my library name that is pd.merge of I want to merge df1 and df2. So write here df1 comma df2 and I want to merge based on common values in ID column. So write here on is equal to ID which is column name and include column name in quotation and close this print bracket. So whenever you run this code, this is my output. So at first it will consider index number 0 that is 2 and here for ID2 name is Shiva and here for ID2 age is 25. So index number 0 contain 2 Shiva and 25 and similarly index number 1 contain for ID3 name is Raju and next for ID3 age is 30. So index number 1 contain 3 Raju and 30. This is my output. So I merged these two data frames based on common ID column. Next I will explain how to join two data frames. By using join method we can join two data frames based on common name column. Previously I merged two data frames based on common ID column. This time I want to join two data frames based on common name column. So write here print df1 dot join of df2 comma on is equal to name. That is nothing but I want to join these two data frames based on this name column. Guys, just remember that for data frame 2 you need to consider index numbers as these values. So whenever you run this code, this is my output. So for Sai age 25 and salary 5000 and for Raju age 30 and salary 4000. So this is my output. Next I will explain how to concatenate two data frames. These are two data frames. So write here print pd dot concat function. By using concat function you can concatenate two data frames. So I want to concatenate data frame 1 and data frame 2. So inside list write df1 comma df2 comma I don't want to merge based on index number. So just write here ignore underscore index is equal to true. That means it will not consider index number. So this is my output. This is how we can concatenate data frames. Next I will explain iterating data using iteritems method, iterrows method and itertuples method. Guys, just remember that by using iteritems method we can iterate columns and their values, and by using iterrows method we can iterate rows and values, and whereas by using itertuples method we can iterate rows. This is simple program by using iteritems method. So at first write import pandas as pd and next I am taking variable data is equal to I am creating dictionary with 3 items ID 1, 2, 3, name Sai, Ramesh, Suresh and age 25, 30 and 22. Next I am creating data frame by selecting this data. My dictionary is fine in variable data. So I am writing variable a equal to my library name that is pd dot data frame of data. So it will create data frame by selecting this dictionary. So I am taking for loop for I comma j in my data frame is present in variable a. So write here a dot iteritems method. Guys, whenever you write this line of code, my columns are stored in variable I and whereas values are stored in variable j. That is nothing but variable I will store columns ID, name and age, and whereas variable j will store values 1, 2, 3, Sai, Ramesh, Suresh and 25, 30 and 22. So whenever you write here print columns in quotations comma I and print j, this is my output. So at first it will print first column name that is column ID and next j will print values. This ID column contains values 1, 2, 3 where 1 in index number 0, 2 in index number 1 and 3 in index number 2. So this is my output. And also at last it will display column name and column data type. Guys, here in this ID column all are integer values. So it will display output that is column name that is ID column, data type that is integer 64-bit. And similarly next column is name column. So again it will display column name that is name column and values. And my column name is name column. Guys, here Sai, Ramesh and Suresh all are of string type. So it will display data type that is object. And similarly at last it will display last column name that is age column. So it will display column name that is age. and similarly values. This is how we iterate items by using iteritems method. Next I will explain how to iterate items by using iterrows method. Same example, just in place of writing a.iteritems, you need to write here a.iterrows. The name itself says iterrows. It will iterate rows and their values. So whenever you write here print index comma I, guys here variable I will store index number of each row, and whereas variable j will print each row. So it first will display output, that is index number 0 contain id1 name Sai age 25. So id1 name Sai age 25, and next name is index number 0 comma data type is object because it contains Sai. And similarly again index number 1 contain id2 name Ramesh and age 30. Similarly at last it will display index number 2 id3 name Suresh age 22, and next this index number name is 2 and data type is object data type. And last one is itertuples method, same as previous example. So just you need to write here for I in a dot itertuples method, and inside this for loop write print I. So whenever you run this program, this is my output. So at first it will display pandas, inside bracket index number 0 contain id1 name Sai age 25, and next pandas, inside tuple index is equal to 1 comma id2 name Ramesh and age 30, and index number 2 contain id3 name Suresh and age 22. This is my output. This is use of itertuples method. Next I will explain how to handle missing data using various functions in pandas. This is simple program. Here I want to import two libraries. One library is pandas library and next one is numpy library. So at first write import pandas as pd, and next write here import numpy as np, where this pd and np are short names. Next I am taking variable data is equal to id contain 1 comma 2 comma, and next I written here np.nan. nan is nothing but not a number. Here I am not giving any number, just this is empty. np.nan is same like null value. Here I am not giving any value. My library name, that is np.nan comma 4. And similarly next column is name column. So key is name, and this name column contains Sai, Ramesh, and I don't want to give any value. So this is missing value. So I written here np.nan comma Raju. And similarly next column is age column. So inside age column I am passing list that contains 25 comma np.nan, that is missing value comma 22 comma 30. So this is complete dictionary. And next I written here a equal to pd dot data frame of data, that is nothing but by selecting this dictionary this will create data frame. And next I written here print my data frame is present in variable a, so I written here a dot is null. Guys, this is null function will represent true in place of null values. So whenever I write here print a dot is null, this is my output. So it will display true in place of null values. For id column index number 2 is null value, and similarly for name column index number 2 contain null value. For age column index number 1 contain null value. So for age column index number 1 contain null value, so it will display true. Next I written here print a dot drop na, where this drop na function will remove complete row that contain missing values. So first row contain 1 Sai 25, so it will print first row, and second row contain 2 Ramesh and null value, so it will not print second row. And similarly third row contain 2 null values, so it will not print this third row. And similarly fourth row contain 4 Raju and 30, so it will print only first row and last row. So whenever you write here print a dot drop na function, this is my output. So it will print index number 0 and index number 3. Guys, drop na function will consider integer value as float value, so it will consider integer values as float values. And next I written here print a dot fill na of a dot mean. Guys, in place of missing values it will calculate mean and then it will fill that value. The first row contain 1 Sai 25 and second row contain 2 Ramesh and missing value. So it will calculate mean of complete age column and then it will fill this missing value. It will calculate mean by selecting 1, 2, 4 and it will fill this value. And similarly here also there is missing value. As we know, we cannot calculate mean for string values. This is my output. It will not insert name. So in place of name it will display nan, where nan stands for not a number, because this is not a number. And next another function, that is a dot interpolate function. By using interpolate function, automatically system will estimate some values and then it will insert that values. So automatically system will fill this value and this value, and system cannot estimate string value. This is my output.